We're recording.
Man, are you? Oh. So in the top left, we have our Zerg player, IFU's Modesty, and in the bottom right corner, we have, I believe he is a race picker. He's from the former team Noobs Gaming, or NB team, now known as Samjok. They got sponsored. Samjok Mazi from Poland. And he's playing Protoss versus Zerg. So sometimes he does Protoss versus Zerg, he does Zerg versus Protoss, and I think Protoss versus Terran. So this game is from this week, everyone. I believe these are ladder games. So let's hope to see some good play from both these top foreigners.
Yeah, map's Destination. You guys should know my favorite map. With me learning more high-level games, the more I learn about these high-level players. I think I've cast Modesty once, never heard of, you say, what was that other guy's? Mazer? Yeah.
Like M-A-Z-U-R.
Yeah, just spelled a little awkward here. But, you know, don't really know much about these players here, but I can tell you Destination can have backdoor openings. You know, we haven't really seen them in the past 2 games, as those were very interesting games. Go check them out if you want to. But, yeah, I think we saw an overpool. Yeah, we saw an overpool here, for sure. And, yep, and a little storage Forge FE. Yep, not a big deal.
So I'm kind of excited because, like you said, we did cast 2 PvZ games on Destination, and now we're doing another series of PvZ on Destination. So hopefully your viewers get to see some different styles. You know, last time we saw a race picker who was more of a macro expert, and I'm not really too sure about these 2 players necessarily, what their style of ZBP is. So hopefully we'll see some good games as well.
Yeah, I think Modesty might just do the same thing where he takes off that 3rd base here, but we'll see. I think he's just better off doing it anyway. Does he pull off another drone anyway? No, he doesn't. So he is making 4 lings though.
Ooh, he got it. Does he got it? He's gonna get it down. Oh.
No, he's not.
Pulls a rustig.
Oh, that's really annoying for Modesty.
This is really nice for Mazer because he hasn't even dropped the cannon yet at this point. He's feeling great.
Yeah, and he just canceled off the pylon right there, so, I mean, he's going to be putting down both hatchets probably, like, at the same time here. Really did delay that for as long as possible. And even like, the trip going to the 3rd base takes a little bit longer, too. So, I mean, that base is really, really long. So, I mean, does he try to drone out of this, or does he just make a ton of lings? Yeah, it looks like he just got drone out of it, hopefully.
So we have a probe wall?
Yeah, that's very interesting. I don't know why you'd do it like that, though, to be completely frank. I guess he's just trying to stall for time.
Yeah,
but this is a very awkward way to wall. This is not how you wall off. He did go double cannon first, which...
He went a late double cannon. I wouldn't even call that a double cannon. I'd call that an emergency double cannon. He was going 1 gate. I mean, he was going 1 cannon. That was it.
Oh, so it was a reactionary cannon. Okay, yeah.
That was a late 1 cannon at all because he only dropped that 1 cannon after he removed his pylon from the natural. So Mazer already, like, almost lost his game just from not being cautious enough.
Yeah, so I'll be interested because what's the follow-up? Because I'm not sure if he even needed that 2nd cannon when I think about it, but I'm just trying to figure out what he can go from here because his tech is so far behind. This is where his cyber core should be coming up, and I believe if you get everything on time, it's like 4:45, 4:30, you get that Stargate up. I mean, he's just finishing like basic tier 1, you know, tech right here. He's just finishing warping in the gateway here. So, I don't really know what he's been doing. Getting that 2nd cannon definitely delayed stuff significantly, especially since it was like cannon, then wait 40 seconds, then cannon again, and then Nexus Gate.
Yeah, maybe he had to blow his nose or something.
You know, I really have no idea, but that's so far delayed. And oddly enough, we're actually going to see Modesty take a layer onto his 3rd to give it, well, #1 tech, and 3. But you can try to hide it, but I don't think it's probably more or less just to have more HP on it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Modesty's gonna go Midas. I think that's more of his play style, is to go do a 3-hatch Muta.
Maybe it's just to hide the Spire tech. I mean, the probe, I don't think it's actually shared the 3rd location. At least. Okay, he knows the 3rd base is there. But I'm not quite sure. Okay, so yeah, he's actually gonna see that he has a lair now. But so, if something was raising his head, like what the heck's going on right here, the lair is going up now, so.
Yeah. And
but
I
we're gonna
really
have
think
Hydrogen coming up now too as well.
Major's gonna have to be defensive. He's gonna have to play defensive for the next like 5 minutes of this game because he's pretty behind.
This is interesting. He's going like a really, really, really fast Overlord speed.
Yeah, he's up to 5 hatches now, and he's dropped his Hydralisk base.
I wonder if he's gonna go a Hydra drop. I mean, or he's cool. Thinking DTs maybe. I guess he just doesn't want to deal with the Corsair at all. It's very interesting upgrade to get this early, but I mean, I prefer to get it early than later, but that's just my style because I would hate to deal with Corsair harass from Zerg or from Protoss.
Yeah. So Modesty is definitely going a Hydralisk, a mask Hydralisk build, it looks like, and I'm not sure. Yep, he's got Evo Chamber coming out, so I think he's just gonna go mass Hydralisk right now and just try to run Mazier over.
Yeah, I mean he has this timing window where,
and he's gonna be able to snipe any Corsairs that are on the map pretty effectively if he does want to go drop. Yeah, this is gonna be a nice
crap ton of Hydra right now. And the thing is, remember that Storm's not gonna be done. It's just started. There is this timing window where you can get away with this. I've yet to actually see this be done, so this might be the first time I'm actually gonna see an effective attach Hydra work before Storm is done. Most of the time they engage before only like 1 Storm's available. I mean, he's up to,
and he's only got 2. He's only barely got his 2nd gate coming out. Too many units to defend against a Hydralisk, but
yeah, the thing though is he's actually engaging before he has enough Hydra to really deal with this, in my opinion, because the problem though is he's engaging with like 9 Hydra, but he's a crap ton more back at his main base here. And if you're gonna commit to this, I don't know why he's not committing like all the way.
I think he's worried about that DT.
Yeah, but even so, just set up a Spore. I mean, that's all you. A Spore. Just like I said, just put down like a Spore and Sunken, you're fine.
Yeah.
Especially on the 3rd base, because I mean, again, like the DT's gonna have a while to run through all these buildings anyway, so it's not like it's gonna be impossible to really deal with that.
I can't fault him. He's just playing overly cautious.
Yeah.
And but he's, he's really got the advantage right now. So.
Yeah, except the problem though is the thing though is what Zergs will do, what Protoss will stall for this much time. Storm's done. He already has the High Templar out. If he engaged earlier on, this might have ended the game, potentially. Could have done a lot more damage, but with the addition of Storm, especially on this map, where you're not going to have... where you don't really have maneuver... You can't really Storm dodge effectively off of these 2 narrow ramps here. It's just not possible. I mean, he's smartly not engaging after that, which, I mean, is definitely a good idea. And he only has like a handful of Hydra out.
Ooh!
And he's actually going to snipe off 1 Corsair, not 2, but... he does come down to the fact that, he doesn't have that window open anymore to him, but...
yeah, he's going to have to reevaluate his strategy right now. Maybe he's going to need a lot more Hydralisks to go on the bridge, but I mean, if Mazier's got good Storms, I don't know how good his Storms are, but
I feel like this could be something where you see in... I mean, we're just seeing the Spire go down, just to inform people, but I think it may even end up just being, if Modesty just, like, is good enough to stop kind of DT play, that, what was the 3rd player? I forget his name.
Whistler in the last
Whistler,
game.
yeah. If like Whistler wasn't able to really deal with that effectively. Now, if he can deal effectively against DT drops and expand all over the place, you know, he should be okay. You know, take off a lot of expands and then eventually just get off of like, you know, 14 hatcheries and then just mass produce Hydra. Because there's really no way to cost effectively go into this unless A, you drop, B, you drop. Or you go in there with meatlisks. And you know, snipe. But I mean, we have a lot of lurkers and stuff coming down that way. He's rallying a crap ton of stuff there. It's like a 4-base all-in, it looks like, but it's not. I mean,
yeah, he's definitely not all in. He's great. He's in great position right now. He's just getting a nice contain setup. And, you know, Mazer's just going to be stuck in his base unless he wants to take that 730 expansion you were talking about.
Yeah, this is what the Whistler game would have looked like if, you know, if those wacky things didn't happen, like Ling Red buys DT or ass. Like, this is what Whistler was in the ability to do. Remember, if you remember where you got that lurker transition, you only sent over like 1 or 2 of them. Like, you need a crap ton of units to actually pull off a Zerg contain. And not only that, though, if a Protoss, you know, players, you know, anywhere, you know, has a brain, they're gonna drop you. So as long as you can deal with that, I'm not really seeing much defense back at the base, like no static defense. So a DT or a Reaver drop could do a crap ton of damage. And he is gonna be breaking through the you know, west side of the map here. He's gonna be expanding in the bottom left because he wants to take that 3rd base there, which this map is a little bit grateful for a mineral only 3rd. If you check maps like Python, that's literally impossible to take the mineral only. It's so open.
Yeah, I like this. I like how both players are playing this out right now. The Protoss does have to get the 3rd and 4th base going though right now, or else the Zerg is just going to cut off one side of the map and it's going to be game over. Because I don't think Modesty's going to wait for Dark Swarm like Whistler did.
You know what he might just do? And I don't know why he's target firing his own Overlord. He could just probably push in right now. You know, with this army just not in position for the natural.
Yeah, he really could. I mean,
yeah, I mean, he could literally, he only has 1, oh, it probably has, okay, well, he has a lot of storms available on that 1 High Templar, but, you know, he could still try to, like, just barrel his way through. Because there isn't really going to be much stuff stopping him from doing so.
Yeah, he's playing overly cautious. But we do have an exchange going on here. Ooh.
And only lost 3 Hydra from a storm though, so I mean you cannot really complain from that.
No, definitely not. But he's gonna lose those lurkers. Back him up.
Yeah, to be fair though, that's actually great that he's storming 1 lurker at a time because that means 1 less storm.
Yeah.
In addition to that, and we have a 5th base going up right here at the 10 o'clock. So. And Zerg is supply blocked right now, 143 to 152. But look at the map presence of like an equal supply Zerg compared to an equal supply Protoss. Like it's scary. It's actually honestly scary. But that army size is actually going
hero storms right there.
Yeah.
Sick.
Alright, but Lings actually, yeah. Modesty will take this army at least.
But now I can see why Modesty was actually really afraid to barge in, because if you just saw what I saw, Mazer's
storms just go everywhere.
Yeah, he's got some really good storm pinpointing. So I'm really impressed by Mazer. He's playing cautious, but damn nice storms as well.
There's a DT in the 5th base, so I'm not sure. He may not even attack it. Well, it's been scouted, actually. I don't think he even attacked this hatchery. No, he didn't. Surprisingly, that DT got spotted without doing anything.
Yeah, the Overlord was very nicely placed.
You know, Protoss only have 2 gas. I mean, he's going strongly off of, I think, what, 6 gates right now? No, 7 gates.
Yeah, I think Protoss is fine at this point. He hasn't He's not like in Ruskig's position where Ruskig ran out of minerals at both bases at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely gonna eventually want to start looking because of the saturation of the main and natural have been really, really high.
Yeah, but having a 2-base Zerg above you, it's really you're really in a bad position. As a Protoss, you don't want to have a Zerg 2 bases ahead of you. You only want them at like maybe max 1 base ahead of you at all times. And
so
ideally you want to be equal to them. For a Zerg 2 to 3 bases ahead that's a luxury.
Blue walk game. Ring, ring, ring.
And so yeah, Modesty just keeps reinforcing this contain, and it's just like the story of the last 5 minutes. You know, Mazier tries to battle out of the contain. Modesty takes another base. Modesty thwarts Mazier from taking the base. Modesty re-contains again, and it's just gonna keep happening until Mazier gets angry and tries to push out, and then Modesty eventually just collapse in on him with all the units.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to your early game, you know. Mazier was behind in tech, like you said, early game, and so Modesty got a comfortable 3 bases, then went to a 4th and 5th patch, decided I'm going mass Hydralisk, and it's just how it is, you know. If you let the Zerg get a 2-base advantage, you know.
It's gonna be, you know, I don't know what. I think Mazi's gonna take, you know, his sweet time to get to 200, and then push. I mean, even his upgrades are inferior at this point, and I don't think they're really gonna get much better unless Modesty actually waits to engage. But this push though is actually doing a decent amount of damage. I think it's just he wants to take that 4th base really bad.
Yeah, he just wants to starve out the Protoss right now. That's ideal. You know, starve him out, and then just run in with a million cracklings. Because it's a lot easier to lose cracklings to storm. You know,
yeah.
And then you bring in your Hydralisk right behind, you know.
The one thing that you had like sucks about like waiting out a Protoss is that now if they get like the 250 upgrade on their High Templar, they have so many storms.
Look at all these lurkers.
That's so many lurkers, yeah. If you want to engage this, good luck.
Yeah, this contain is just sickening.
But now he's kind of realizing that there aren't as many lurkers out there on the main base, so it's kind of like a trade. Does Mazi get out of here in time? You know, it's...
Oh, Dark Swarm's out now, finally.
Yeah. He does storm around the 4th. He only loses about 1 lurker, so...
If you're a C- Zerg and you're wondering how to play ZVP, this is like an ideal game right here to watch, because you are learning how to contain a Protoss, how to get your extra 2-base advantage. You know, Modesty is showing you the techniques that, you know, makes him a high-level Zerg player. Look at this, just beautiful patience, comes in with a contain of lurkers, forces the Protoss back into his 3rd. This is just exactly how you do it. Nice Dark Swarm right there.
Smart decision making as well.
Yeah, just absolutely ideal play, and
GG right there as well.
Very nice play.
Now the only one thing that I just say from like an iconic ZVP, the only thing we didn't see from Modesty, who was it with the Mazi again? You said
Mazier.
Mazier is potentially like drop play. There was really non-existent there. I didn't even get one time like 5 probes or drones were like killed off. Like there's really no harassment in that game at all. So I mean something that potentially Mazier could have done. But anyway, great game guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like our videos. Peace guys.